Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm gonna finally get back on my YouTube stuff. I'm still not doing the critique stuff because we just haven't put any up. But I was talking in a conversation on a thread earlier about a lot of us old heads, us old farts, say wrestling's died and it's just like a shell of its former self, as every different generation says. So the conversation got around to when when do we think it all started going bad, or when the downfall started, and who's to blame, and all that stuff. And I look at it, I guess, a little differently than most people, because everybody wants to blame it on this younger generation of wrestlers, and say it's a bunch of people who watch comic or read comic books and play video games and anime and all that shit. And for me, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I because I'm so old and I remember years ago. Uh, I take it back to the Shawn Michaels era, kind of around the curtain call time. Once that happened, and they parted ways with Nash and Hall, went over to WCW, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels stood there. It kind of almost became cool for them to pull the curtain back and break some kayfabe and say, terms that were people didn't know, the general fan didn't know. As the NWO started growing, it was more where they were just totally breaking kayfabe all the time, and talking about backstage stuff and personal things, and it just got into more of the fans were kind of in on everything, and the message boards would be blowing up and stuff. And then I think what really set it off was the pipe bomb, CM Punk pipe bomb promo, shoot promo, but that really to me lent the belief to all the younger guys coming in the business that that's how you get over, and they started trying to copy that. What they don't realize is you don't copy Kevin Nash, you don't copy Scott Hall, you don't copy CM Punk. That you're not at that level. So whatever those guys do, they did it for their ever reasons, but you're not them. But a lot of guys on the indies watch those things, and they try to emulate that because they think that's what the people want to see, and there's nobody correcting them. So you start getting a lot of indie guys doing shows where they're just totally breaking kayfabe, still basically stealing those characters. And after CM Punk cut that promo, I don't know how many times I saw guys cutting promos, sitting in the, or cross legs in the ring, cutting a promo and doing things like that, and just trying to break the glass ceiling or whatever, and the fifth wall or whatever, and just say things that kind of in a shoot, thinking they were getting over, but it just lent into it not being real anymore, or people thinking it's real. That really led into the fake atmosphere of wrestling, and I just think it just got carried too far where now it's acceptable. What really gets me about this younger generation now is that they're the first ones to get so mad when somebody says wrestling is fake. The F word, you can't say wrestling is fake. They fucking, they generally post about it because they don't want to go fight anybody, but they'll generally post about it and talk shit. But yet they're doing shows where there's guys wrestling with fucking pizza dough, and they're wrestling a robot, and they're fucking wrestling with their hands in their pockets and shit like that. Like, for you to get mad saying when somebody says wrestling's fake, and then that's what the product you give them, it's kind of fucking ridiculous. I don't like the fake word either, but look what we're giving people right now. It's not like we're trying to act like it's real, so if you're one of those guys who get mad when somebody says wrestling is fake, look at the product and you tell me if it's fucking fake. I watched some video of Orange Cassidy wrestling a robot or something like that a while back, and periodically I have a couple of my friends who send me bullshit because they know it just fucking pisses me off. They're, "Bro, you gotta check this match out," and it's fucking some stupid ass shit, but that's what we're giving people, and don't get me wrong, that's the way wrestling's going right now. That's what's selling. That's what guys are doing to get over. It's part of wrestling. It changes. Shit evolves. I don't want to do that stuff. It doesn't mean that somebody else shouldn't do it and make money off it, make a living doing it. It is what it is. I just I like a little bit more realism in wrestling, and I do like the entertainment aspect of it. Don't get me wrong. I can't watch a whole show of British style wrestling. It's too much, you know. That was the appeal years ago when Malenko and Regal and Finlay and those guys came in. There wasn't a lot of guys doing that kind of wrestling. But they did it well. But I don't know. I just get off the subject. But anyways, that's when I feel the wrestling just changed and started going more to this. Anybody could be in it, and now you have people that train people, and there's no conditioning. There's no the lessons aren't being taught, you know. And today's wrestler, when you try to have them tell them to watch things, they don't want to watch a whole match from years ago. I try to tell them exactly what to watch on it, so they're paying attention. If you tell somebody, because I had this happen to me when I went to Cauliflower years ago, they told me, you know, watch, if you want to learn how to work, get the fucking Dory Funk and Jack Briscoe hour-long Broadway match. And I watched it and continued to fucking barely keep my eyes open, because why? They locked up, they took a head, sat there. Broke up, tackle, dropped down, leapfrog, take a hit, sat there again for another 5, 6. And when I'm saying 5 minutes, they did that, you know. But it was over as shit. You know, what I should have been watching was for how you could pop a crowd just by doing small things. But I was just looking for spots. And that's what happens now a lot of days. When I tell somebody, hey, watch this guy's match, what they do is they Google him, YouTube him, and they'll watch the highlights. But they miss all the small things that make a wrestler good. Everything now in wrestling is highlights and gifs and shit, you know. So guys don't get to really watch how people get to certain things and why those moves, you know, get pops. You know, it's very rare you'll get a highlight reel or a gif of somebody doing something with good psychology. It's always a big spot. You know, that's just the way the business is. So it's, you know, it's changing. I want to say it's for the good or the bad, but it's just the way wrestling is. The doors, you know, the curtain's been pulled back, man. The door's wide open, and this younger generation just gives this shit away to people now, and there's no stopping it. You know, so. You just gotta keep doing what you're doing, man. And I'm gonna keep training people the way I've always trained people. And some make a success, and some don't. You know, just the way it is. So, anyways, man, I think that's when it started going down. When those guys were doing that, and that is to say that's when it was the hottest it's been too. But there's always a consequence for things, and I think that was it. Just letting the fans in too much at that point, and it really just, I think it started this change in our wrestling business. But anyways, man, I'm going to get out of here. I'm watching some wrestling now. I got another video I'm going to do soon on the AEW women's division and what's going on there. And then I had another question. Somebody asked me about who do I think is the one indie guy that should be signed now. And that's, for me, that's a simple answer. But I'll do a video on that soon. I love the dude. But anyways, man, I will talk to y'all later.